Hello, we're here at Shoe Healer in Doncaster, and it's summertime, and we have to have in our arsenal of shoes something for summer to wear with your shorts. I'm generally not a big fan of all of this sort of stuff. I like big proper shoes, but of course you can't wear your trickers, your chinis and your barkers and whatever else with a pair of shorts, really, can you? You know, you have to have something like this. And those manufacturers, they do make bits and bobs that, you know, they have to do. They're, you know, just summer stuff. And yeah, so we have all this sort of stuff with the Cupsoles and everything. Now, years ago, we came across a company called Goral, who they'd just moved from Poland over to Sheffield and were starting to produce some shoes, and they were doing a lot of work for other companies. Well, Goral brought out a range of trainers and, you know, like Cupsole shoes, and started producing them, and they're really beautiful, top end. We've got some samples in here that we've had for a while now, some samples. And, you know, they do some really, really nice stuff. This is one of their shoes, a little bit of weight to it, lovely leather, fully leather lined, leather insole, really, really nice. And probably a little bit of a step up from the normal sort of summer trainer type shoe. What do you call that? That's not a trainer, and it's not a... What? A sneaker? Is it a sneaker? But it's anyway. This is.
It's a mellow, that one. That's one of the most popular ones that do that.
Is it the most popular one? Right. Well. These are some of the samples that they brought us. We don't carry a lot of their stock. These are the samples that we were brought, and some of them they might not even do now, but they are. I think we got somebody a pair of those not long ago, and they are really super soft, lovely leather. Very nice. Did we get somebody a pair of those, darling? Just yeah, lovely. Anyway, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, Rob said, you know, I like those. He likes this sort of thing, don't you? Yep. Yeah. And so we got Rob a pair of these, and this is what he went for: the waxy commando leather with the Cupsole on there, in a little boot, and, you know, actually with what I've got on, you know, that would be, yeah, really, really nice. And off he went with them. Now, Rob is hard, very hard on his shoes. He does a lot of walking, which is great for us to test shoes out. He wears a pedometer and counts his steps, and yeah, he does a lot of walking, really, really good. You get, how many miles do you get out of a Dainite heel?
Well, on my chinis, I got 425 miles.
425 miles out of
the heel.
Yep. How far did you get out of your Gorals?
Well, they first punctured at 310.
310 mile. You got the first tiny little hole in the heel, but kept on going, as you would do, kept on going.
Done the same as the Dainite heel did.
So they've done
425.
425, and now they are really ready for the repair. So let's have a look underneath these Gorals here. Look, you've gone through on the heel quite heavily on that one. Look, that must be the wallet side. And then on the toes here, you've down on the toes, and then that has just started. It's not split through on the sole. The soles haven't gone through. There's a little bit of delamination gone off there. That might be the way Rob walks, or it might have just been in the moulding, but that didn't show up until they'd really got some good mileage on the backs. So what are we going to do with them now, Rob? We're going to send them back to Goral for a proper factory repair. So you'll see on a video that we did before, if Rob had just worn the heel out, the previous video, we were showing how we machine these down, and then we can just put a heel on if your sole's still okay. There is also, and Rob will put a picture on a pair of Barkers that we did that had a Cupsole, and we just machined them all the way through and put some big rubber sheeting on for a customer of ours. Wanted them in a hurry, so yeah, we did that for him, and that turned out a nice repair as well. But to send these back to Goral is £70, Rob.
Yep.
Yeah, and that includes your return post, includes the VAT, and so...
New laces.
Wow.
Leather insole, new sole, return postage.
That is a bargain. So we're going to send these back to Goral and get the repair done on them. You know, being completely honest, Rob did have a little bit of an issue with them, and the issue is that this lovely waxy leather is fabulous on the upper, but when it's used on the binding, it has in some places just started to fray and break up a little bit. I think on this one, is it under the laces? Yeah, yeah, just little bits. Now listen, this is, you know, it's all hidden by the laces. Now,
one on this one.
On this one, and then there's a little bit. Is there anything on this one? Yeah, little bit on that one. Little bit. You can see where it's just. Now listen. In the real world, this has got a little bit of a shabby chic look to it. So a bit of that binding starting to break down a little bit doesn't bother me, wouldn't bother me at all. Now, you know, it's just, if you're okay with that, that's fine. If you'd gone for the leather binding looks fabulous. Really, really lovely. This is, we should have dusted that off first. Really lovely leather, but on the waxy kudu, the binding might just be a little bit of a problem for you. If you've paid £300 for a pair of these, that might offend you if you can't do the shabby chic sort of look. The upper is absolutely fine. Everything about it is absolutely fine. Just one or two little places, excuse me, that binding has just started to break up a little bit. So you've had a word with Goral about that, and you're discussing it with them, aren't you, to see what we can do. This is one of their shoes that's been cut in half. Look at that. When I feel that beautiful leather lining, it's really, really thick. This is a leather insole, and it's stitched through the upper. It comes around, it's Blake stitch. You see that yellow stitch in there? Blake stitched all together. Then the cupsole is put on, and then it's stitched all around the edge, 360 degrees all around the edge. So, in theory, they'll just cut that stitching, warm it up, take that sole unit off, bond another sole unit on, and then restitch it. You say it's going to get some new laces, and they talk about putting it back on the last, shaping it back up again for you, back to something like new. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look. All of that for £70. Well, it's just superb that we can't get anywhere near that sort of price for doing that sort of job. These are going back for a repair, and we'll have a look how they come back. How long did they say they'll be away for?
A month, I think.
A month, right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Is there anything else? Have I got everything in there?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, doke. We'll see.
We'll do a follow-up video when they come back.
Yep, fabulous.